Alright, so it's time for the third version of the global summon guide, and this one's going to be done very differently, as pretty much all the units upcoming have uses. So I will explain in what cases you might want to summon for every one of the upcoming units, and we're going to be referring to this. So I have around guesstimate dates. Okay, look at this. Guesstimate dates. These are not 100%. None of it is confirmed. But this is what we are able to reference from basically how the game is going and all such things. Are the dates accurate? No. Are the time slots, or like when exactly the units are coming out, in which season, etc., are they accurate? Most likely. I would like to believe in my knowledge a bit about how global and all that works. So that's what we're going to be going off of in this video. So let's talk about all the units. We're going to go in order, okay? Now, I've used pretty much all the units now, and this is after recording the JP tournament video. So we have pretty much a good idea of how the meta is going to be up till June on global. After June, it's going to be very much the units that we know are coming is the party Kahono and Noel, and then afterwards a Dorothy in the future, probably the June pickup. If not, going to be the August pickup, because July, it's going to be, I think it's either going to be the end of June or end of August pickup for Dorothy. And it does seem like a Finral is also going to be coming. So we're going to have to see all that good stuff. But yeah, we know it seems like a Valkyrie Noel, a Nozel, a Kahono, a Dorothy, and a Finral are 5 units we know of coming in the future. And besides that, I've used pretty much all these units. You could check all of these guys in showcases for the most part, or check the recent tournament video, because all of these guys, besides maybe Vanessa, played a pretty big role. All right. Now, I'm not including Maril. Okay, if you want to go for Maril, she's going to be able to be used on 6 different teams. So that's another thing. We're going to start off with that. Should you go for Maril Leona? Now, let's talk about the teams she's able to be used in. All right. We're going to stay in the glossary. This is my JP account. KR has, I think, like 98% completion. Now, Maril could be used on a bunch of different teams. First off is a very good double tank team with her and Asta. There's multiple variations of it, either with Zora or with just Charlotte, and then Witch Queen, right? You could go for 2 different variations. Next off is just mono green, which could be in 2 different ways. First of all, fully supporting Maril Leona with future units such as Party Mimosa and also Vanessa, or going for the DPS version. Third is Burn Team with Fuego, as Max Dupe, she does provide burns. All right, so that's going to be another very good one. Fourth is there's multiple different variations within these. Fourth is going to be with William. All right, and this one is going to be comboing. So you're going to combo with William, turn 1, and just blast away. And there's probably more, but those are 4 off the top of my head. You could also use Mario just as a tank, right? So Mario is very versatile if you want to use her, and she's going to be good in pretty much all the teams that you're going to want to use her in with pretty much all the future units. She's going to be good with Zora, Mimosa, Vanessa, am I missing one? I think those are the 4 that she's going to be very good with. So keep that in mind. If you want to summon for Maril Leona, you should. Just don't summon on anything else for a little bit. So we're going to start here. Both of these units actually play very good roles. It's going to depend on what type of teams. Now, for your average free-to-play, unfortunately, I would say to skip pretty much the mono blue team because it's going to take a lot of investment. All right. You're going to need luck. Okay. So if you starting now, like if you do want to go for mono blue, which is going to be a whole new team that you need to build completely from scratch, which is why I don't really recommend it personally. But if you feel like it as either a mini spender or someone who has a bunch of currency, starting with William would be a very good idea. Okay. William is an essential part of this team. Because he is just a better tank for it than Mars, for sure. He has an AoE stun with a higher chance. He's going to be giving damage reduction, taunting, doing okay damage, protecting luck, which is a main thing, and also extending counterattacks, which is going to be good for luck. So he does very good stuff, okay? On the time of his release, he was very bad, but then they brought Zora and then also Noel, so that was one of the main things. So starting off, about April 30th is when Season 6 ends April 30th, so they should appear then. So William is going to be the start to that mono blue team that you're going to see there, and I can't build it on JP, but I did do a video on KR, so that's something important. So you will need William, okay? Now, if you want mono green, Mimosa, I think, is probably better than Vanessa for the type of more DPS mono green team. And what I'm referring to by that is a team either more so with more so future proof, more so future planning with but what you're able to do that's very strong too with Mario is run with Mimosa and Vanessa when she does come out in the same season. And how you could run this team is going to be invincibility turn 1 with her, and then she gives invincibility for 2 turns, and then Maril has immortality because of Vanessa on mono green. So you're gonna have to pick. Are you gonna go more for mono green or mono blue? I'd recommend skipping this banner and going for only one of them. And if you go for William, he doesn't need dupes, but he needs good gear with good defense. And if you're going to be going for Mimosa, I would recommend 2 dupes. 2 dupes is going to be giving the dupe where you're going to be getting the SP plus 2 every time it's her turn passive. Or is it SP? It's 1 SP. Is it 1 SP? I think it's 1. I thought it was 2. Anyway, I guess 1 SP every turn. So that's that. This banner is a skip, but it is a very nice one where you don't need to max dupe the units per se, but both are going to be very important for their specific teams. I personally do not think a free-to-play should be going for both mono blue and mono green, especially because mono blue is completely from scratch, and a lot of them are pickup units, right? And also contending. For example, Zora's a pickup, and then Noel is contending with Ril, which is a must-need for mono red. So I would say you could either stick with mono red, and if you don't want to stick with mono red, okay, sorry. If you do want to stick with mono red, you get to skip so many banners in the next 2 months. If you do want to stick with mono red, and if you don't, well, you're gonna have to summon a lot, right? That's the main point. So Mimosa, definitely someone who's gonna be very good for Mario and Spirit Dive. If you're gonna go for them, I would recommend, highly recommend, getting Mimosa instead of William. But if you are a whale, which I don't know why you're watching this video, if you just want to hear me talk about these units, makes sense. But if you're looking for actual advice, I don't get it, because you're just gonna summon on everything either way. But William, for sure, doesn't need the dupes. Probably needs a skill page, as it does give... Ooh, I think it was Barrier Block. I believe it was Barrier Block. I think, if I remember correctly. So, these 2 units are good in their respective mono teams. Off mono, horrible. Okay, so, that's it, April 30th. Now, about a week to 2 later, we're going to get 2 monster units. Zora is going to be great, all right, on a non-mono team with Mario and Asta, because he's going to be giving a bunch of reflection stuff, even with other units that I don't have directly in my head. And on mono, he's going to be very good. All right, at that point, once you have Zora and William, if you do have Luck also, Luck is quite necessary in my opinion, instead of Julius for sure, because Luck gives himself damage reduction up to 70%, gives the counters, which is going to go in tangent with William to allow William to taunt, all right? And the counters with reflection is going to be super good. All right, super good. And Zora does a lot of stuff. If you want exact details on Zora, that's going to be a full nother video in a month from now, basically. But I've already talked about him in showcases, went over him. Zora's going to be great. All right, Zora is going to be great, and you could run him on teams with just Asta for defense increase on Witch Queen, or Witch Queen like kind of combo. You could do double tank, as I mentioned, and mono blue. All right, so if you really want to do mono blue, or even not run mono blue, you could do non-mono teams, and those non-mono teams work extremely well. All right, so Zora for mono blue, or even non-mono blue, I think out of everyone here, he is the only main unit that you're getting for non-mono reasons. Every single unit besides that, and maybe besides, maybe we'll have to do more testing for, to see if he's runnable off mono. But Zora's the only unit that really works in this next 2 months off of mono. So I recommend, out of everyone, the banner to summon on. Now, Vanessa, you would need minimum two dupes. Zora becomes better if you're running on mono blue at 5 dupes, but it is not necessary. All right, not necessary. Please keep that in mind. Now, Vanessa does need the 2 dupes and will be running on mono green. If you are trying to invest into mono green, go for Vanessa. If not, it is free to skip her in my opinion. She is very good. She has 2-turn invincibility, brings the defenders up to her, but if you're not going for mono green, not worth it. Zora, for sure worth it. I think he is the banner you should be summoning on in May and June. Then, May 20th to 25th, it's either going to be a seasonal rerun. It should be a seasonal rerun, because if not, people will be mad. A seasonal rerun, if it doesn't come to this point, that's going to suck. All right. Very possible we get a seasonal rerun in Season 6, but we do not have information of it, so my guess is it's going to be in Season 7, rerunning Season 3 and Season 4. Those units are going to be Charmy. No, different on Global. Hold on. Let me pull Global up. So, on Global, it is going to be, Season 3 is going to be Jack, Fuegoleon, which is the main reason you want to go for it, and Charlotte. Season 4 is Charmy and Noel. So these are going to be, there's going to be 2 main units you want to go for here. Charmy or Fuego. Okay, those are going to be, you're probably going to choose Charmy, Noel, and Fuego. Those are going to be your 3 picks. If you don't have Charmy, honestly, you would be fine because Real comes out right after. So you'd be safe not to go for Charmy. But for people who want to run Mario, like Fuego is still going to be usable at this point and was used in a tournament recently. So Fuego would not be a bad idea to go for. I don't think it's going to be the June JP pickup, but just in case I did put it there, just for people to know it is a possibility, but I do not think it is going to happen in my personal opinion. But yes, this is probably going to be a skip for most people unless you really want to build Mario Fuego nuking team, right? Now, that's it for Season 7, okay? We know of these 2 seasons, so let's go into Season 8. Season 8 is going to consist of these 2 banners, it seems, and it will be half anniversary. Half anniversary should have a lot of stuff, a lot of content coming. Now, the content might start coming out in Season 7, and if it does, it's going to be very fun, because Season 7 is the start of the perfect rotation. Mono green is going to cook, mono blue is going to cook, and mono red is going to cook. Perfect piece, right? Now, are people going to run mono blue? Probably not, because it takes a lot of investment. It's going to take you to get William, make sure his kit's good. Zora, make sure his kit's good. Probably have to dupe him out. And then get, have luck, okay? Make it at least luck 2 dupes. Probably 5 dupes. In my opinion, 5 dupes makes them way better. And then either Noel, or you run Ghost, or you run Charlotte, the Season 3 Charlotte. Those are your options. So, going on, I forgot what I was saying, if I'm being honest, but, because I paused, because I was like, my music stopped. Anyway, now, Season 8. You're free to skip both of these banners, if I'm being honest. Does not enhance mono green, if I'm being honest. It changes it, and could make it a good team. If you want to get for fun, great. That's fine. Is a very fun unit. I am not arguing with you on that. But you would need a skill page, in my opinion. Even if without dupes. Just getting that barrier block for future terms, especially because we know Valkyrie Noel. Let me just tell you guys this. Valkyrie Noel is going to have a barrier. And she's a fest unit. They're giving a fest unit a barrier. So we know what that means, okay? So let's just say that barrier block will be necessary for the future, all right? Now, going on to Noel and Ril. I'm going to go back to Spirit Dive. Ril, pretty much, if you run mono red, pick Ril. If you run mono blue, you could go for Noel. But Noel is going to be good off mono, and it seems that she will have some amount of future proof alongside Noel coming out in 2 weeks on JP. In 2 weeks. Hold on. When is Noel coming out? Noel and Kahono are coming out in 11 days. Hold on. Let me pop this summon. You want to... Oh, gold? Man. Okay. Anyway. So, these 2 are very good. Like, the seasonals all have a use. Are they all amazing? No. My main thing about units now is that many of them, / all the seasonals, are now mono units. Real mono. Noel, pretty much a mono unit. I haven't really seen her being used in meta teams off of mono. But let me know if there's some teams that you've seen. If we check in rankings, maybe just to, like, out of curiosity, I'm going to do my run soon. I don't know if I'll make a showcase today. Like, 4, we'll see. Anyway. I'm not in the top, right? I've been slacking, but if we look, like, it's a lot of mono red, mono green, right? I'm not really seeing Noel in a lot of these non-mono teams, right? Besides mono blue, like, you see it in mono blue, but that's really it, right? So just looking at it, okay, non-mono, all right, interesting, but this slot could be filled by Ghost. That's the main point. Off mono, her slot could be filled by Ghost. On mono, she needs to be there because she puts damage reduction, or she reduces the damage that the enemies do. Why it's very good is because Maril Leona exists with the William combo. Turn 1 William combo is going to make it so you don't have time to build up your defenses against Mario, and you're going to need turn 1 defenses, which Noel does bring, which is why she's good on mono. Off mono, you could run Ghost. So that's my main point, the Season 2 Ghost. So, Noel, if you want mono blue, like I said, going to be great. You don't need her because even Charlotte works. Season 3 Charlotte. But Ril, I think out of the 2, just overall, is going to be the better pick. And I think you should skip this banner. Now, Ril doesn't need dupes. 2 dupes is good enough. But Noel does need max dupe for her to really be useful. So that's what I mean with mono blue really being high investment. But that high investment does pay off. Okay? So that is something to note. Very important. I would say mono blue is a team you could build, but look, you have to get William, you have to get Zora, you have to get Noel, at least the 2 dupes in my opinion, for her to really start shining. So I think that you're just better off probably getting Ril. Like in this case, like just get Mimosa for mono green, because a lot of you guys will be building with Mario and stuff like that. Get what's it called? Noel, and you'll be fine, right? You don't need Vanessa for the mono green team because you could run, for example, in the 4th slot, either Ril or another DPS. but Vanessa is there if you want to run around mono green. So it's very much what colors do you want to build in the future. Mono green, there's going to be Mimosa, Vanessa. And then is an option in the future if you don't want to go for Vanessa. Then there's going to be for mono blue, William, Zora, and Noel, which are all 3 must picks. That's pretty much the whole team that they're going to be building up until end of May. And then mono red, it's going to be Ril. Ril is going to fully complete the team, and it's basically going to be the end of mono red getting many buffs, maybe until, I think Kahono might be a buff. So season 9, Kahono might be red. We'll have to see. So that's it, right? Somehow, is one of the more unfortunate releases, but all these units are very solid. That's the main thing. I personally do not like how everyone but Zora is basically restricted to being on mono teams as their best team / runnable team. Noel, sure, off mono works, but Ghost is just better / more convenient for players as he's already out. And very easy to actually build. Doesn't need the max dupe in my opinion. Max dupe does help, but not needed. That's how I see it. So, let me know if this helped. Let me know if this gave you more insight to what teams you're going to be building. This is a bit different because now it's very much off mono. I can't just be like, oh yeah, someone for this person. No, it's up to you guys which team you want to go for, right? Because all 3 teams are viable. It's how much investment you're putting into it. But overall, I'd say sticking with mono red is not a bad idea. And we'll see how Noel and Kahono are. Kahono should be a supporter, Noel an attacker. We'll see. But that's it for this video. I hope this was very insightful. Should have been, right? Should have been. I've been slowly building up my knowledge back up using 2 Asian accounts, being 1 JP, 1 KR, and we've been looking good. I've been playing more, been talking to more JP players that are top ranks, talking about top 50 even, in the Execution Guild. Shout out to them. And yeah, I've been looking at the tournaments too, so that helps. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I will help you guys out for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.